What's going on, guys? Jurassic here. Today we're playing Sherlock Holmes Chapter One. This game is releasing tomorrow on the 16th, but the developers for Frogware were nice enough to actually give us a copy, so that's super nice of them. So let's go and get on into it. So let's start a new game.
Ginger, that's what you need. A mouthful of the good stuff and you'll see the back of any seasickness.
Oh, thank you for your support, John. Don't suppose you actually brought any ginger?
No, I don't get seasick.
Terrific.
Don't worry, Sherry. We've almost arrived at Cordona. I can see land through the porthole.
So much for docking by tea time. The captain seemed more interested in his maids than in his maps.
Oh, is Sherlock grumpy? Cheer up. We're back where we grew up. It's exciting. What's changed? What's the same?
Ugh. I'm starting to question whether the weeks-long journey was worth it. Travelling all this way, enduring this indignity simply to visit a grave. Even if it is my mother's.
Ah, that's just Mycroft's nonsense, still rattling around in your head. Try to forget what he said. I have.
I believe it was that this is a performative farce, a feeble excuse to avoid responsibilities, and that there was nothing to be gained from it.
You needed to do this. Enough of the self-pity and doubt. So we're a little late. What of it? We'll retire to the hotel and visit her in the morning. It'll be worth it.
Thank you, John.
And if you want to notify the captain's wife of his indiscretions, I will not stand in your way.
Oh, at last. I'm quite ready to get off this cursed boat.
Come on. We'll go together.
Yes?
A new case, a mother's love.
Sherlock, don't get lost in this huge garden. Follow the sound of my voice.
Alright, so welcome to the game. Use WSD to move around. Click to interact with objects, L to skip.
Palazzo Deluso, sir.
Thank you.
If you need something, sir, please inquire at reception.
Will do. Alright, so looks like we need to check in with reception first.
We just need your signature.
Okay, so let's see. So boom.
Mr. Holmes, yes, we have room 221 prepared for you. I see it was reserved for 2 people. Would you like a second key?
Oh, no, I think we'll stick together.
Very good. Rooms are upstairs, sir. Welcome to Cordona.
Hurry up, Sherlock. I want to see
I must say, they actually did a really good job with the character designs and everything. I like everything going on so far. Alright, so we're looking for room 221. Room 221, of course it's not ready yet, is it?
Sir, but your room is not yet ready. Perhaps, in the meantime, you would like to relax in the foyer? Tonight, the restaurant is offering a complimentary marlin ceviche to all our guests.
Let's check what they have on offer.
Alright, fine. If you're going to sit here and give that to me, I might as well have a look. Looks like he said the exact same thing. Alright, so let's come down over here, see what they got serving for us. We got, mister.
Seafood's not to your taste. Everyone loves Benedict's batch. Our poached eggs with hollandaise sauce.
Alright, so let's see. Am I able to interact with this? Okay, so we got that. Is he going to meet us down here? So he's going to be looking at this. The incredible...
A medium, John. Haven't we been through this already?
Come on, it's not like we've got anything better to do.
Excuse me, sir, but I believe Mr. Galich is conducting a séance at the moment. Perhaps you'd care to have your portrait drawn while you wait?
Why?
Pardon me.
Why should I sit for a portrait?
Sir, it's art. It doesn't need a why. It is its own justification.
All things require justification, be they objects, systems, or beliefs.
How about art as the lens through which we see the truth of the world?
That's backward. Truth is not subjective and not complicated. It's just the truth. It either is or it isn't. You do not need a lens to see it, just an open mind.
Ha! That seems rather close-minded. Truth, like beauty, is in the eye of the beholder. So tell me, what do you see?
Mediocrity.
Come now, Sherry. What did he do to deserve that?
Making friends. Alright, so what does that say? The incredible Luca Chalschi? Friend of spirits, only today.
John still believes in such foolery.
Alright, so is there anything? Oh, what are you? Dark rituals in the graveyards, and so right after I turned the corner, I saw him. The necromancer, he started to nervously look around, but quickly hid behind a gravestone. Common sense told me to run, but my duty to my readers was more important than the risk of my own life. Luckily, the vampire did not notice me and continued his devilish ritual. He raised a woman from the grave and ordered her to kill 2 men who were close by. They then kissed and made unholy love in the fleshless, unearthed coffin. It lasted for hours, but then the moon came, and low in the sky, they turned into bats and flew away. I managed to obtain a few photographs of the victims. Unfortunately, these were confiscated by the police. Well, that took a strange turn.
Ceviche at the bar, Sherry. You should grab us some, and I'll find us a table. I'm starving.
I'm done already. What?
Okay, time to check if John found us a nice table for the evening.
Okay, so we were a little bit ahead of everybody else then. Looks like John's over here on this table, so let's see.
Cordona's even quieter than I remembered. It's going to be a long evening.
Ah, come now, Sherry. What say we amuse ourselves with a little game?
What do you have in mind?
What were you thinking? Oh, promise me it isn't nonsense. After being cooped up on that boat, I am itching for activity.
No. As you can see, someone left a cane on our table. I simply thought you could identify its owner.
Ah, so it is nonsense. It'll take me a minute, John, at most.
Well then, you can deliver it to him as well.
What should I return it?
Deliver it to him. Then what are the staff here for? Aesthetics?
Stubborn, Sherry, too stubborn. You wanted something to do.
Slapping oneself in the face is also something to do. That doesn't make it worthwhile. But all right, let me take a look.
Alright, so it looks like we need to look at the cane, see if we can find any clues at all. So we got inspect, we can rotate the objects. Alright, so it looks like there's something over here. So basically you hover over until yellow.
Garlic in a meadow. Perhaps the Fielding family or Meadows. Or Craven, from the Old English name meaning garlic place.
Got 3 clues.
The head of a golden Javanese statue, probably stolen from a temple. The dents suggest it has been used as a bludgeon.
Alright, so we got that, and what about the grip?
The cane is made of ebony, it's worn uncared for, and bears the scars of numerous hits. This cane is an expensive and ostentatious weapon. Its owner must be vain, volatile, and of noble English blood.
Take it with you, Sherry. Let's return it to its owner.
Alright, so let's see.
You noted down your observations in your casebook. But how are you going to find this nobleman?
The cane itself is not enough. I may have to ask other guests if they saw who was here.
Sherlock can ask bystanders in a piece of evidence. Press C to open up the casebook and pin the evidence with X and speak to everyone. Alright, so let's see here. So we want to do we want to do the cane. Click X to pin it. Nice. Alright, so we need a British nobleman. Now, do you guys think it was a girl or a guy? It's probably going to be a guy around here. What about you?
Can I ask you a question?
Friend, you're lucky there is something I know about this.
There were a couple of people at the table, a couple of them a retired Navy officer. Observers weren't sure what happened to the couple, but the Navy officer was seen going to the front garden for some air. I have to find him.
Oh, even with your keen senses, Sherry, I doubt you'll find the cane's owner on your first try.
And
Okay, so it was out to the garden. Retired military officer. So that's going to lead me to believe it's... But you're not English. Huh.
is this familiar to you?
My dear fellow, you're talking to the right man.
The Navy officer, Mr. Rhodes, was sitting at her table with the noble couple. The men talked about yachting, and then the lady was fidgeting with the cane. Perhaps she put it aside, and her husband forgot to take it when they went to the medium. Now I have to perfect an excuse to enter the Senate's room.
Hey, Sherry, don't we now have the perfect excuse to visit the seance?
I'm just going to give the cane to its owner. You will not persuade me to take part in this show.
Alright, so it looks like you click down, that way you can open it up. So I can give the cane back to its owner. So it looks like we are going to be going inside of the show here. You ready to go enter, buddy?
Hurry, perhaps we'll see the ghost.
Dun, dun, dun.
This hotel, this island, it's full of thieves. First my cane, now the diamond. Take your hands off me! Do you even know who I am? Hey, boy! That's my cane!
I get that a lot. It's a very common design.
What? No, that's a custom-made...
A joke. A joke. It was left at my table in the restaurant. I thought it deserved to be returned.
Well, I'll be... It is rare to encounter a straight-fingered true penny these days. What a gentleman. But I must ask, how did you know I was the rightful owner?
Observe. Okay, so let's see here. So you can hold to inspect. It looks like there's going to be little yellow things that sort of tell you where it's going to mainly go. Swollen reddish skin. I guess we're just supposed to accept that as a clue. I don't know what the skin's going to have to do with anything. Expensive new clothes, rich and fashionable. Alright, I can see that for it. Now then, which won't let us look down. Oh, there we go. So you use WASD to move around whenever you're inspecting a person as well. Noble ring. A head of garlic does not wear a wedding ring. Alright, so he's got one more clue hidden somewhere. It looks like his fists are kind of bruised. Slightly red knuckles. Recently hit someone with force. Oh, we saw that. Judging by the heretic symbol on the signet ring and cane, I can fairly be certain that this man is Lord Craven, a noble Englishman in the habit of visiting resorts and receiving treatment for his liver malady. His florid face indicates that he's succumbed to the temptation to drink a few shots of alcohol. Perhaps he was unsettled by the seance. By his red knuckles, I presume that he takes boxing lessons to strengthen his physical condition. Already annoyed by the disappearance of his cane, he is now infuriated by the thief and a diamond of, unsurprisingly, an ill Englishman resort, bored Britishman nobleman. I feel like, ooh. Would you want to sit here and be honest? Or would you sit here and want to... Oh, hold on. Is this actual different answers? Judging by the heretic animal on the scene in the ring, I can't tell you. Fairly concurs that this is Lord Craven, a bored rich Englishman nobleman who traveled around Europe squashing his money. His red knuckles reveal that he has severely beaten at least one person quite recently. His anger issues mixed with alcohol contrary could make him a violent person. I feel like this one's going to be a little bit nicer, so I'm gonna just do this guy. Plus the fact that, you know, he is technically of noble nature, so you don't necessarily want to be rude to him, so I feel like this is what he would be more appreciative of.
He told me everything. I was after a British noble who takes boxing lessons but suffers from some liver issues. And if one were to go further, one may even be able to extrapolate your name from your heraldic symbol, Lord Craven.
Well, you're half correct. I am indeed Lord Andrew Craven. Your other guesses were wrong, but you still have the edge over that blasted medium. Well, you found my cane. Perhaps you can locate my diamond, too. Yes, you should do it. It will be child's play for you, Mr.
Holmes. And if a child can do it, then I'm sure the local police can suffice.
The police? Why bother? I know this harlequin stole it. The only question is, where is it hidden? Fine. Give me my stick and I'll resolve the matter myself. This thief almost confessed after a single punch.
I suspect a beating may result in answers of questionable veracity. Fine. I shall spare you and he the trouble if you first answer me this.
Tell me about the diamond. What happened at the seance?
How does a priceless diamond become the subject of a seance? It is an unusual accoutrement.
Emma wished to speak with its former owners. My grandfather told us it belonged to a Rajah, an Indian king.
So you were summoning long-dead Indian royalty and, pray tell, you were expecting him to converse in English?
To be frank, Mr. Holmes, I don't believe in ghosts. But Emma was fascinated by the idea of meeting a real king, even a dead one.
Well, a crown is a crown. Can you describe the stone itself?
A yellow diamond, not less than 100 carats, and perfectly egg-shaped. There is not another like it.
What happened at the seance?
You insist the medium robbed you during the seance. But what occurred exactly?
Ah! It was a dirty trick. We were sitting here in the dark, chanting and holding hands, as expected. Then something began to appear from the medium, like a cloud or a bubble. The swindler called it ectoplasm.
Ah, yes. Common in the spiritualist trade, and quite the spectacle.
Indeed, perhaps too much. My beloved Emma screamed in horror, and I stood to defend her, attacking that cursed ghost.
How brave.
But my hand hit nothing. The medium jumped away from me, and Emma fainted. I lit the candle, and the diamond was gone.
I'm going to look around.
Stay here, and don't touch anything. I'm going to investigate further.
Don't fret, I'll be keeping a close eye on this thief.
I bet you will. Alright, so press Z to highlight interactive areas in the environment and the ability to recharge before you can use it again. Alright, so obviously there's some sort of thing going on here at the table. So with the crown here that's missing, this is where the original jewel was. Concentration helps you pick up smaller details about the world around you. When you see it scribbled on the circle, press Q to observe. Oval Grove, 104 carat diamond.
Also that all participants could reach it.
Over 3-inch diameter. Alright, so hold on, what about you? Zoom in on this.
Scotch and the remains of a Paul Aranaga cigar. What else does a gentleman need? This must be the ectoplasm. Too bad there's not enough for a proper chemical analysis.
Ectoplasm. The ghost.
Alright, so I believe that's everything found at the table here. So we're going to back out of that and just click escape. Now that we're still inside of this, so we can sort of see everybody's main outlooks here. So we got our main assistant over here in the corner. So the Turkish servant, maybe you've seen something.
Resolve the situation, sir.
That's right, get that copyright music out of here.
No. The ghost. I summoned it as usual, but then it all went wrong. The lady screamed and pointed at Lord Craven. And there was a shadow. Such a mystical force. It terrified the lady. And it must have taken the diamond. Who else could have?
Are there any spirits here now?
Feel the presence of any supernatural entities at the moment?
Are you joking, sir? My nose is broken, this maniac wants to kill me, and you're asking about the spirits?
I suppose this can wait.
We'll find out who did
We'll
it.
investigate, and the culprit will be identified.
But this stubborn brute Lord Craven blames me right now. As if I could do something like that. Perhaps you can reason with him? Please?
I don't know about that.
Of course. It is very dangerous to leave a mirror exposed during a seance. The spirits may become enraged.
Or someone may notice the trick they should not see. I wonder what this mirror could have witnessed.
Am I not able to, like, take the thing off? Well, that'd been the first thing. And then the skulls over here. These guys were definitely chattering and everything.
Tremulous visitor.
How can you not love this stuff, Sherry? It adds so much atmosphere to the room.
Alright, so nothing's actually kicking on in any detail.
Unsteady breathing. She's barely conscious. The feebleness of women.
Really, Sherry? Poor thing.
Alright, so we can't actually do the piano, so... There's something suspicious about the curtain. Will you actually pull it back?
Mr. Holmes, and quickly.
So he can't actually pull it back, so we're not able to go into that regard.
I didn't take the diamond, I swear.
The chair's knocked down over here.
Nearly broken after hitting the wall. Could one man even lift it?
At Cambridge, I was captain of the rugby team. It was no place for weaklings.
There's something here that we're missing. Are we able to go through this door? Come to another conclusion. So the glass is broken over here.
Traces of rouge on the edge of this wine glass.
Okay, so mine place. A chair was thrown aside. A glass of wine partially spilled across the window. So there's just one more thing that we need to find on the table itself. So basically we're just search around for this little piece here to turn to yellow. Alright, so if you get stuck doing this, if you click C and head over to Mine Place, that's what keep popping up. So you have Ghosts of the Past and A Mother's Love. So Ghosts of the Past is the one we're doing now. The lady pointed across the table. So the one thing we don't have done is Lord Craven punched the medium. When he discovered that the diamond had been stolen, Lord Craven punched the medium in the face. Now we don't know exactly what we're supposed to be doing with that. But Lady Craven faced the window. During the seance, Lady Craven place at the table was opposite of the window of the courtyard. Deductions. Combine clues to make deductions. Okay. So she pointed across the room and she did that. Right? Hold on. So we do you and these two together. The courtyard witness. The Lady Craven was pointing at the window. I'm sure she saw something in the courtyard during the seance. I had already come to that conclusion when I spoke to this mysterious dude. It didn't actually work.
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
I can't help you with that, sir.
Alright guys, so it looks like we're going to end it off here. I'm pretty sure right now it needs a update to get past this area. Hopefully they'll have it out by the time you guys are seeing this video and I'll be able to continue on to the next part. Basically, we came to a conclusion where the game seems to be a little bit bugged at the moment. So if we go into our mind place, and if we click on Y for deductions, the courtyard witness. Lady Craven was pointing at the window. I'm sure she saw one at the courtyard during the seance, so that's like a very important clue there. But if we come back over into our casebook here, we don't actually have any scenarios to where we could pin that for us to be able to question anybody at all. So unfortunately, we can't ask the right question to the dude outside since we're not actually able to see that. Unless they accidentally put it in like somewhere else on here. I searched around this entire place. For some reason, this dude keeps saying he didn't see anything at all. And I questioned everybody inside this entire place, and it just didn't seem to pop up anything. So I think at the moment it might have a slight bug in it. But if you guys enjoy, make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. We'll definitely be finishing this game out too, by the way.